Hi, I'm Kari K. Steele, President of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago Board of Commissioners. The MWRD is the regional authority for stormwater management in Cook County, so we know how distressing flooding can be. Repeated flooding can negatively impact the livelihood and well-being of individuals and entire communities. And if you own a home that floods, we understand the challenges associated with trying to sell it. The MWRD offers a voluntary program that could potentially help. By working with local communities and municipal leaders to identify and purchase flood-prone properties, we provide residents with the opportunity to overcome a challenging situation. If you are an elected official or community leader and have identified structures that suffer from repeated flooding events, the MWRD's Flood-Prone Property Acquisition Program may be able to help. Once the home is purchased, the house is demolished and removed and the land is restored to open space. Now, there are 3 ways the MWRD can deliver support for this program. 1, we provide a match to the Federal Emergency Management Agency by assisting local communities in meeting their share of the property acquisition cost. 2, if it makes economic sense, the structure can be purchased outright. And 3, the MWRD considers applications directly from local governments, requesting that we purchase flood-prone structures. The west suburb of Northlake has participated in the program by identifying properties and working with the community and the MWRD to tackle the challenges of flooding.
Hi, Mayor Jeff Sherwin here. We're on the south end of the city of Northlake, right along Addison Creek. We're on the site of a project that we're doing right now in conjunction with the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District. They have a program, acquisition of flood-prone properties. Basically, what the district does is they provide the purchase price for the property. It's strictly a voluntary basis. The owner doesn't have to sell if they don't want to, but the district will reimburse the city for the cost of the acquisition. The city, of course, has to pay all the ancillary costs, demolition, title, survey, things like that, but the bulk of the acquisition cost, the purchase price, is reimbursed by the district. The program's been great for us. We're in our 3rd round of the program right now. This area here, we purchased several houses with the district, and it's going to be combined with their channel improvements and reservoir for Addison Creek, part of a larger project. But it provides flood retention. We turned all the areas into flood retention areas, and a lot of times that's the most effective, cost-effective way to handle flooding, is to just buy the property, turn it into flood retention, and resolve the problem once and for all. Well, flooding is always a problem, especially when you get these torrential downpours where you get 2 inches in an hour, and it's just devastating. This area in particular was underwater completely. They had first floor flooding in a lot of the houses here. So it's hard to protect against those super events, but if we can eliminate the structures, it really alleviates the problem for everybody. So we're getting a handle on it slowly but surely, but flooding is always a recurring problem, especially with climate change. Now we get these super soaker events, so now we just have to build infrastructure to try and accommodate them the best we can. Yeah, we've got areas that, the areas especially along the creek are the primary areas, but we're removing those structures. We have other pockets in the community that are prone to flooding. This area 50, 75 years ago was all a bunch of swampy farmland with tributaries of the creek running through, so all those low spots tend to collect water. Well, the impact has been devastating because, the people redo their houses after every flood. We had the 2011 flood, the 2013 flood, and they were hit pretty close in succession right after the other. So again, hopefully now we can eliminate the real problem areas. Well, we looked at the areas, and the cost of trying to protect handfuls of homes, the cost of trying to build structures to do that, flood control structures, was just prohibitive for the benefits. So by eliminating the homes, we get the homeowner out of their situation of recurrent flooding, and it's really a cost-effective measure because the home is eliminated and the problem is gone then. Okay, well, what we do is once we get approved by the district for the project, for the properties, then we contact the homeowners and they indicate if they're willing to participate. We're required to have 2 appraisals, give them to the homeowner, and then the homeowner decides if they want to sell. We have to take the average of the 2 appraisals. Once the homeowner decides if they want to sell, we conclude the closing, and then we do the demolition work. You can see some of it's going on in the background on the latest houses. We do the demolition, we clean it all up, and then we develop the flood retention area after that. So from start to finish, we're kind of control the whole process, and then when it's all done, we submit our paperwork to the district and we get reimbursement. The process usually takes anywhere from 4 to 6 to 8 months, depending on negotiating back and forth with the homeowner, how fast the district can turn things around. But I know the district's good for the money, so that's really not an issue with us. So, once the homeowner decides to sell, it's a pretty rapid process. Well, I think it's a great idea because for homeowners to keep reinvesting in their houses and flood insurance to keep paying out on the same properties over and over again, I don't think it's a good use of resources. So if you can buy the house out, return the area to somewhat of a natural state, it not only eliminates the problem there, but it also creates some flood retention to protect other properties. These areas that were previously done fill up with water every time we have a heavy rain, so the water is contained here and it's really helping out. We started the buyout program in 2016 with the Water Reclamation District, and we're on our 3rd round right now. Oh, absolutely, I would recommend it. I think it's a great program. Anytime you can increase natural space, resolve flooding issues, and get people out of harm's way, it's a win-win for everybody.
The MWRD has agreements with several municipalities and the Cook County Land Bank Authority to acquire more than 93 flood-prone properties. And we are currently working with communities like Northlake to evaluate acquisition of additional 71 flood-prone properties throughout Cook County. These homes will be removed from the floodplain and preserved as open space. We believe these investments will provide productive reuse of this land while providing some type of consolation and relief to communities like Northlake that are impacted by flooding. To learn more, I invite you to visit MWRD.org, and we look forward to working with you. Thank you.